Hello and welcome to the How to Earn $1,000 a Month by Swing Trading Crypto series. In this video, we're going to look at Kaspa, or ticker symbol KAS. So first thing we're going to do, actually, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Please remember, anything I say in this video is not financial advice, just sharing my experience with you. And also, we've noticed that there are in some of our videos spam in the comments. Please pay no mind to those. For instance, one of them is going to be like, hey, great video or nice explanation off topic. So they're going to leave their crypto private key seed in the comments and say, I'm trying to move this crypto from point A to point B. Don't fall for that, because anyone who knows anything about crypto knows you never give up your private key. And if they do need help, they've already lost their crypto if it was legit and accessible. So please stay away from there, because that is spam. And also, I can tell they haven't even watched the video and they put that comment in there. Another thing is, another spam that I'm seeing too is this person asked a question about how do I make money earning crypto. And then also someone else will come on and they'll say, or they have another account where they say, hey, I met this person and they helped me become rich and I made this much money and this much money and that much money. And then a few other people will come on, or their other accounts or whatever, but they're not affiliated with me. Also, they didn't watch the video at all. They just spam and copy and pasting that on certain crypto videos. So please pay those no mind. But if you do see a question in there, or if you do have a question, please put it in the comments and I will answer it either on a video or in the comments, depends on how complex the current question is. All right. So back to our main point. One more thing I want to mention. Anytime you're investing, please remember, don't invest what you can't afford to lose. So if you catch her at the wrong time period and something happens and that crypto dips for 6 months or goes into a crypto winter, and you can live without that money for 2 years, 3 years at the very worst, or the blockchain goes dead and then you lose your money, keep that in perspective. And in this series, towards the end, I'll show you some of the cryptos and an example of those who blockchain stopped working. Some of them, a couple of them, I had a little invested in them when I first started, and they just stopped. So you can lose your money, but like I said, don't be afraid, because that's a small percentage. So that's why you want to do your research, and you want to follow this video and subscribe to this channel, so you're aware of how to find that out and where to poke for the best chances to earn the maximum amount of money. All right, so here we go. In this video, we're going to talk about, first I'm going to talk a little bit about what Kaspa is and what it does, or what it claims to do, so to speak. Then from there, we'll look at 3 equations that we use. They're short, to calculate how much money you would need to invest in order to gain $1,000 in the 3 scenarios that I'm showing you. And they're based off the actual Kaspa prices over the last 90 days from March 15th to June 15th. All right. So you can see how it actually moved, and then the buying opportunities. Now keep in mind that these opportunities are not guaranteed. They happen, but it's hard. The most difficult thing about swing trading is predicting when it's at its lowest point and at its highest point. So anyone will tell you who swing trades or does anything about trading, that sometimes, or most of the time, it is impossible to guess the very bottom and the very top. So you don't concentrate on that. I'm just showing you the potential, so that you would take, if you take my rates and probably subtract it by 2 to 5% on both ends, that's your real chance of earning. And that's being very, very good in doing your research. All right, and after that, we're going to look at the historical performance of Kaspa, and see kind of how it performed throughout crypto window, or the beginning of it, if it did come in, go live before the crypto winter ended. So if that's the case, we'll show you the performance of that day all the way till the present. And then, all right, so let's dive in and see what Kaspa is all about. So Kaspa is a proof of work cryptocurrency that implements GhostDAG protocol. So proof of work, of course, means it can be mined. Unlike traditional blockchains, GhostDAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel. Instead, GhostDAG allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. This generalization of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates, currently 1 block per second, aiming for 10 seconds or 10 per second, dreaming of 100 per second. So their goal is trying to get to 100 per second. And minuscule confirmation times dominated by internet latency. CF Chapter 6 of the paper for some initial benchmarks. The Kaspa implementation includes a lot of new features and sub-protocols, including reachability to query the DAG's topology, block data pruning with near-future plans for block header pruning, SPV proof, and later subnet network support, with which will make future implementations of layer 2 solutions much easier. So a lot of that I don't understand, and I won't claim to, but I do know what proof of work is. It means it can be mine. Here, this sounds like the way the Ghost DAG protocol works, that you get more rewards faster for mining. And so right now it's at 10, but in reality it's like they're kind of trying to go to 100 per second. When they definitely have halvings, which means they'll halve the reward. So whatever, maybe you'll get it quicker. I don't know. But if you do have any comments to make about what this does, or can explain it better, please put it in the comments. But I think something about crypto, but I won't presume to know everything, and that's what the difficult. Sometimes they use fancy words to try to tell you some simple stuff, and then it doesn't matter what they're created to do. If you don't have the users, it's irrelevant, right? But Kaspa, like I said, we'll give them a benefit of the doubt. That's why they're on this series. All right, so let's look at our equation. So first thing, we want to know how to find the percentage rate. First step, you'll be take the monthly high or the sell price and subtract the monthly low, which should be the buy price. So you take the H minus L, and this will give you the difference. This is basically your profit. So the amount that you bought, or the amount that you sold, minus the amount that you bought, and that's in dollars, right? And this is the difference will be your profit. This is how much you made total. And then you would take next step 2. You would divide the difference by the monthly high price. So you take that total, that profit or that difference, and divide it by the high price, which is the sell price, and then that will give you your rate. Your rate should be a decimal. And on this video, I will show you in percentage, so you can see your return percentage. Now, the next step, you want to go, how much would I need to invest to make $1,000 monthly? So you would take 1,000 and divide it by the rate that we just found out. So 1,000 divided by rate will give you your investment needed. So basically what this is saying is I would need to invest this much in order to earn $1,000 at this particular rate of this trade. So I'm going to do 3 trades, so they're going to have 3 different rates. And then the amount that you're trying to earn, your goal or your target, this can change. But if it changes, just change this number from whatever it is. So for instance, if you say, hey, I'm going to be able to invest enough to earn $250 a month or $250 per trade, then you would go change this to 250 and use the rest, leave the rest the same. And as this rate changes, as we do these simulations or go over the possibilities, then this will change as well, right? Of course, then it will cause your investment to change because it'll be different numbers in the equation. So let's go and look at the historical movement of Kaspa over the last 3 months. So starting from March the 15th of this year to June the 15th is the time period we selected. And here we picked out 3 trades and we did the math at the bottom. So let's start with our first one. Here again, this was 4-6. Now this is very important because a lot of things happen on 4-7. This is a trend. If you looked at our other videos, you notice April 7th, that was the lowest for other videos. So if you can say, hey, well, Kaspa's leading the way on these dips, and you get a day or 2 head start, and you know that, okay, well, Kaspa dropped down pretty low. I missed that one, but now let me get on here and set my limits or kind of see where the other ones that followed it this time, if that continues to happen, then that's a great way, great intelligence you could use to make money, and that's going to be a great advantage, and you'll catch those trends. Now, it won't always be the same, but if you can see dynamically that it's happening more times than not, it's worth, kind of looking out for. And what if it doesn't? Guess what? You don't buy. All right? You say, okay, I missed that. That's okay. Let's see what else is happening. But always pay attention to this when you're looking at different cryptos, and that's why the more cryptos we add, the more trends we might be able to pick up and relate them to each other. But anyway, so first thing we did, Kaspa hit at almost 6 cents, which is 5.8 cents here. So we bought it on the April 6th. Then a little over a week later, we sold it on the 14th at 7.8 cents or 0.078. So this is our sell price, so we put that here, and this is our buy price. We put that here, and we subtract them, and we get 2 cents exactly. So you take that 0.02 and divide it by the sale price, 0.078, and this is your return rate, 0.264 or 26.4%. So that would be over 25% of your money. So that's excellent. But if you want to see how much you wanted to invest to make $1,000, you would take 1,000, divide that by 0.264, and then that would give you $37.88. So you would need $3,788 to make for this particular trade to make $1,000. And once again, let's say, hey, I only have $2,500 to invest. So you would take the $2,500 and you would multiply it by this rate. So 0.264, times 0.264, your 26.4%, and it would get, you would make $660. So you would get, if you only had $2,500, that's still excellent. So especially in 8 days. All right. So that was the opportunity for that trade. We did really good. And if you look at the next opportunity, let's say you bought here at 0.074. So one thing, if you try to like, okay, I'm going to set a limit for this again. I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to drop again, and whatever, you took everything out and you're waiting for this, you're still holding your Kaspa, and because it's proof of work, you can't stake it, so you kind of want to make sure you're not doing that. All right, so here we go. We have our 0.074 or 7.4 cents on April 15th, and then we excuse me, and then we counted at the high here at 10.4 cents or 0.104. So let's bring that down. Sell minus buy, and we got 3 cents exactly. This time our 0.03 divided by 0.104 gave us a rate of 29% or 0.29, which is higher. So you know that this number is going to be lower because the rate is higher. So you say, okay, take that 1,000, divide it by 0.29, and you get 34.48. So let's do 2,500 again. Let's say I'm only pushing 2,500. So I'm going to do 2,500 times 0.29. And your profit would have been $725. Still not good, not bad at all. This is approaching super awesome here. The 29% return rate. All right, and then look at the time frame, 10 days. But just remember, yeah, it's a great opportunity, but there's also a risk. All right, so you can lose it all, or you can be stuck with it for 2 or 3 years if that doesn't go, doesn't run like you expected. All right, so let's say run through our next trade opportunity here, or our next best trade opportunity, and it would be on May 29th at almost just under 10 cents, or 0.94 cents or 0.094, and then there 12.5 cents we sold here on the 13th. So that was 4 days or 5 days later. May has 31 days, so 5 days later, or was it 15 days later, half a month, so to speak. So he was able to get here, take that 12.5 and minus that 9.4 cent or 0.094, and you get little over 3 cent, 0.031. So you take 0.031 and then you divide it by that 12.5 cents up here, and then you'll get 24.8. So even though you made a larger margin here on a difference, larger profit, this number was higher than this number. So when you divide that, you'll get it'll balance out. So you end up getting a lower rate. Anyway, 0.248% or 24.8%, 0.248. So you take 1,000 divided by that, and you get 4,032. So you only need 4,032 to get that $1,000. So in this time frame, this would be one of the top cryptos to swing trade. If this trend continues, then hey, you want to definitely look at Kaspa, because 26, 29, 28, 24%, hey, you're still doing good. All right. So keep that in mind, and just remember, if you bought low, you missed this dip, for instance, you're still holding, it's proof of work. So if you're mining it for whatever reason, I used to mine Kaspa, CPU, GPU, so just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and look at the historical data. I don't remember when Kaspa came live, and yeah, it was okay. So yeah, we could look at June 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2023. and this is what someone called crypto winner. Uh, and so we started, the start price for that was 1, 2, 3 zeros, 184, and then it ended at 7.1 cents. That's a huge margin. And then the lowest price it hit was 0.0014 when it started. As crypto winter started here, as we started measuring, and then the high price it hit during crypto winter is 0.052. All right, and this was September 19, 2023. So I'm thinking, I know I got in November because people were talking about it during this time frame. I thought I got in at 2 cents, and I was hearing about it 2 cents, trying to get in. I found out how I could trade for it, which exchange, and I think I got in it. Ended up getting into it. I heard about it here somewhere, and heard about this performance. And I got in at like 4 cents, and bought a lot at 4 cents, then kind of DCA'd for a while. But yeah, so that's how Kaspa moved to crypto winter. But based on its performance over the last 90 days, last 3 months, it's definitely worth taking a look. And we'll look at some other factors to consider as well, because we do want to earn and not be stuck holding the bag. So let's look at, that's about it for the historical. So now, if you do hold Kaspa or plan on holding it, or going to take a deeper look, go ahead and put a hashtag KAS, KAS, in the comments. That way other people that are doing the same thing will know they're not alone, and you might even run into someone else to give you more advice about it. All right. So just remember, if you haven't done so, go ahead and smash the like button, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see more. And if you want to see more other cryptos measured the same way, go ahead and click that rectangle in the middle of your screen. If you want to see what else this channel offers, click the circle in the bottom right. So once again, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you on the next one.